we're going to go ahead and go over the new Chanel No.1 Skin Enhancer and the new Westman Atelier Liquid Super Loaded Illuminator. And then I have a few others that I'm going to talk about in the highlighter illuminating enhancer world. So let's go ahead and get started. Highlighter, illuminator, skin enhancer, color corrector, balm, liquid highlighting, tinting, glazing, dolphin skin, donut skin. I'm going to break it all down for you all today. I have two new products I'm going to focus on, which is the Chanel No.1 Skin Enhancer, and then I have the Westman Atelier Liquid Super Loaded Drops, which is also a skin enhancer. But trust me when I tell you, the formula feels very different. One I like far better than the other. And then I'm going to show you guys a few other products that I use consistently, and they have different formulas to highlight and illuminate and enhance the skin. All right, let's go. This is the new Chanel No.1 Skin Enhancer. This has a little bit of peach to it, and there are different colors depending on your skin tone. But what a skin enhancer does is it helps with dullness. So if you look lackluster, you're like, you know, I put my concealer on, I put my foundation on, and I still look tired. You need a skin enhancer. It'll always have a little pink, a little gold, a little rose to it. It helps to brighten and color correct in some ways. When you think of a true color corrector, this is usually what people think of, and that would be correct, because a color corrector is very dense in pigment and it's meant to actually neutralize discoloration. It takes away a color problem. So for instance, if you have a lot of purples and blues under the eyes, you're going to go opposite of the color wheel, which is usually this bright orange, and it will neutralize that color out. And then you put your foundation on and your concealer on top. So think of these kind of like cousins. I wouldn't say sisters, because this is far less pigmented than this, but they both help to brighten the complexion. This corrects, this enhances, but they do both help with brightening or solving a problem with lackluster skin or with discoloration. All right, the Chanel Skin Enhancer and the color Soft Pink. I love the way this feels. It's really light and it blends really beautifully. Now hopefully you're seeing as I'm putting this on how it's already brightening the skin. Do you see how I'm already getting kind of like a filter look to the complexion? Evening everything out, brightening as well. Doesn't feel sticky, melting right in. And for those of you that are worried it's going to actually change your skin tone, it won't. It's meant to just brighten your skin tone. So this looks pretty pink. It's not a color that I would grab for a foundation for me, but it just blends into the skin. And by the time you put your foundation, tinted moisturizer, or concealer on, it'll look even more natural. Let's read a few key ingredients about this product, and then we'll talk about how I feel about it and how it feels on the skin. So it says that it's enriched with the red camellia extract and the red camellia oil. It's a complexion illuminator which helps provide skin natural radiance and protects against environmental aggressors to preserve a youthful appearance. Plant waxes with hyaluronic acid offer long-lasting hydration. It's smoothing. The formula can be worn on its own or as a primer underneath foundation. Available in 3 shades for a luminous finish. Now I definitely can feel the primer aspect to this because it goes on like a gel, but then it kind of dries down, so it would have a nice grip for your foundation and help to keep it on throughout the day. This is already settling onto the skin quite nicely. But you see how that brightened the skin? Here's a great example. Look at underneath my eyes. Now I'm hoping you guys can see this. For me, looking in the camera, is far brighter. The new Westman Atelier Liquid Super Loaded Skin Enhancing Drops, similar to this, but can be worn on its own because it doesn't have as much color correcting in it. Kind of reminds me of the Bobbi Brown Balm. Now I was going to show you the Bobbi Brown today, but I cannot find it anywhere. I think I actually lost it when I was on set. I have already done a video on the Bobbi Brown Skin Balm. I'll link in the description box down below. Now I got the color Peau de Rose. I'm just going to go directly and try it on here. I was very excited about this product because I'm a huge fan of Westman Atelier products. I have so many of her products in my kit and also that I use for myself. There's maybe just a handful that I'm not blown away by, but I'd say 95% of her brand I find to be beautiful on all skin types, especially for us regal women over 40 who have earned everything on our face. And so when I put this on, I instantly didn't like the texture. It just feels very thick and very oily and kind of jelly-like. And I don't mind feeling a little hydration on my skin, but I don't want to feel like I'm wearing a mask. And I will say when you initially first put it on, it just creates the most beautiful finish. And for photographs or film, it is really, really pretty. It gives you a true editorial glass-like skin look, but I cannot stand the texture. And in a minute or two, it just dries down to a very frosty finish. So initially it was like, then started to like the finish, and then didn't like it at all when it had dried down. So I'm gonna let that sit a bit, and you'll be able to see that my pores are just gonna start getting a little more enhanced as it dries down. Now, reading online, it says it's a radiant finish, good for uneven texture. I wouldn't say that, but okay. Cruelty-free, hydrating, and liquid formula. It is a supercharged, lightweight complexion enhancer with long-term benefits and instant ethereal glow. Available in flexible shades. Now, there are 3 shades similar to her balm stick, which this is fantastic. And I do want to mention this, you do feel the balm texture in here, but it just doesn't dry down the same because the oils in there seem to just stay nice and juicy on the skin and not emphasize texture. So something to note. Now, some key ingredients in here, it does say that it has avocado oil for soothing and calming, subaki oil to firm and hydrate, and vitamin C to even the tone of the skin and brighten and protect from free radicals. All right, so as you can see, it's starting to settle more and more and just bringing up more texture. So I reach for the lit up highlighting sticks. These to me are really where it's at. Some of you might absolutely love this. I find that it's okay. Now, something to note, this is an illuminator. It does enhance the skin, but it's not a skin enhancer. So an illuminator is a lighter version of a highlighter. It's meant to go all over and give a subtle glow. For me, it's the Chanel No.1 skin enhancer that I can see a difference in. It just looks brighter. I feel like this side also helped with dullness, especially around my eyes, where this, I'm still seeing a lot of discoloration, and it just feels sticky, where this just feels nice and soft. But let me know, what do you guys think? Next formula to brighten the complexion is a highlighter. This is the Le Beige highlighter, and this is in the color Sun Kissed. Now, I use this probably the most out of all the products, except for one other that you're gonna see in a minute, but this is great to put underneath, mix into a foundation, or to highlight on top of the skin. This is a really versatile product. It has a lot of shimmer in it. It's meant to brighten the complexion. Highlighters are meant to really grab light. There's more shimmer particles, so they're very brightening. Now, the goal is, if you want to have a natural look, you want to use a highlighter sparingly, mix it in with something, and go in with a light hand, because it does have that brightening effect. An illuminator gives a beautiful light glow all over the skin. It's kind of a more lit from within look. I think of it as more of a sheen type texture rather than a brightening type texture. These next two are by far one of my most used products for myself and for my kit. I go through these quite often. This is the Westman Atelier and then the Chanel. They're both a balm. Why would I head towards a balm more often than, let's say, these other products? It has a lot to do with hydration. These have oil in them, and most balms have an oil texture to it. Even if my clients have oily skin, I'll go in with a little balm for the day of being photographed because it has such a beautiful finish and it looks gorgeous when it's being filmed or photographed. Plus, makeup loves balms. It rolls on top of the formulation like a dream, and it's a nice way to create a very natural highlight. I use these types of products most often on my clients who are in their regal years, who are having age concerns, deeper set lines and wrinkles, not just because of the hydration, but because it doesn't settle into fine lines with having too much shimmer. When you have too much shimmer and you put that on a deeper set line or wrinkle or any sort of texture, it will highlight that area. So you want to have that dewy glass-like skin, but you don't want to have those aging texture concerns come up. Head towards a balm. You can still use these if you're oily, just use a very little bit and make sure you use a matte primer in the areas that you need to, and then you can just tap a little bit on top. Another great way to wear balms is wear them on their own. Put this all over the skin in a thin layer, go back in with your concealer and just touch up in the center of the face. It's usually around the eyes, the nose, and the mouth that we have redness and discoloration, so it's a great opportunity to create a beautiful glass-like natural skin, what I like to call when you go for a brisk walk and that sweat comes through, leaving a beautiful sheen on the face, and then you just neutralize the discoloration. It's what I like to call the editorial makeup look. Now this next one is my personal favorite. I will never do without it. It's just that good. Now why do I like it and what does it do? So this is the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint, and what it is, it's a hybrid. It's a skincare product mixed with light illuminating shimmers in there, but it's very, very light. So here is the color. It's a pearly pink color, but it's ever so soft and natural. My regal clients, this is what I recommend for you besides the balm sticks, either by Chanel or Westman Atelier. It looks absolutely beautiful when you put your foundation on top, and because it's a hybrid product of moisturization, which is a light gel texture and has some cooling properties in there with a little bit of that rose, it enhances the skin, hydrates, and it offers a soft highlighting effect to the skin. Hopefully that helps you guys to understand a little bit about what each product does. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I know that's a lot of information. I've been doing this for 25 years, so I have a good grasp on formula and texture and also different age ranges and skin tones. So if you have a specific question on what you are looking for, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to answer any questions. If you guys would like to support the content, it's so easy to do. All you need to do is subscribe. Use the affiliate links down below for anything that I used today or that I talked about. And go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment. All those things help to push me through the algorithm so that I can continue to do this channel and share my makeup knowledge with you all. I love the community we're building. It's respectful, it's creative, and I just appreciate you all so much. If you guys haven't had enough, you could head to TikTok or to Instagram, where I go over many tutorials and show you guys the newest, the latest, the greatest, and offer some tips. And you can always book me for a one-on-one. Head to CheriVoyage.com. All right, everyone, as always, continue to take care of you, continue to take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now, everybody.